What's going on, you guys? I'd like to welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another One Take review. And today I got one for Space Jam: A New Legacy, a film that I think I was actually really looking forward to initially. Because I'm like, okay, they're doing another Space Jam. Space Jam is not really that complicated. But let's see with like King James, like the biggest name in basketball right now, one of the greatest of all time. And hey, they gave it to us. And like from the trailers, it looked like this movie was gonna be a bunch of fun. Because one thing the movie nails you in the head with is fun. It's just fun. Like that's it. And that's one of my biggest issues with this movie. Is that they just tried to hammer home how fun this would be. Now don't get me wrong, this movie has fun elements to it. There's a certain sequence where I thought like the entire thing was fun. But it's just like the movie just kept telling you to have fun. Where I'm like, don't tell me. Just like let me be in the moment. Now listen, there's no secret that the first one is not a masterpiece, to say the least. Michael Jordan's not a great actor. There's some stuff going on that just don't make sense or whatever. So I wasn't expecting anything, what I'm saying, other than that from this movie. I was like, hey man, it's gonna be some stuff, probably be a simple plot, it just leads to a basketball game with the Toon Squad versus like the Goon Squad in this one. And that's what it is. It's just I felt like certain times they forgot LeBron's not an actor. So they had him do more than I think he needed to do. And the whole basketball didn't ever feel like basketball. So I'm not gonna give anything away in this one because it's a non-sport review. But and I know I'm 2 minutes into it. I'm about to give you guys a synopsis right now. But it's basically a rogue artificial intelligence kidnaps the son of famed basketball player LeBron James, who then has to work with Bugs Bunny to win a basketball game. And that's what it is. There is a certain recruiting scene that is very, very entertaining. There are some great callbacks, some great, like, I don't know if you want to call them cameos, but like certain stuff like that, all of that stuff I think is awesome. And I wish it kind of they would have leaned more into that, you know what I'm saying? Had that stuff been a little bit more involved, because like these are Warner Brothers properties, and so we could have like did some stuff like, hey, maybe the ball goes out of bounds and lands in Drakkar, not Drakkar. It's one of the dragons from Game of Thrones, and he sets it on fire. King Kong, like so many different things. I think like maybe they do, because you see King Kong's all the like DC guys, Harry Potter, Lord of all of those things are just like in this, but they're like just around. I kind of feel like they could have utilized those more. They did utilize some of them, and when they did, I thought it was very, very good. But I thought we were going to get a little bit more there. But I guess obviously it's more about like the Toon Squad and the evil villain played by Don Cheadle. It's just certain times I'm like, this doesn't feel like LeBron, because like, granted we don't know LeBron personally. Well, I don't know LeBron personally, but like there was times where like the movie kind of made him seem like an asshole. So I was just like, I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of weird, And then seeing what it's like playing with him, I'm just like, wow, this just kind of seems out of character, especially for how we first, got introduced to him and how things were going. So I was just like, I don't necessarily like that. But I think the biggest thing that the movie had to bring home was like the basketball game, because Space Jam is good, but the main thing people talk about is the actual game. This one was not a. This one was a game, because I almost said it was. This one was a game, but it was more of a video game, and I understand the concept behind it because of like his son. His son is like created a video game. Son got captured, like so. They're kind of playing by those rules, but it's just like here's the issue. There's no real scoring system and that kind of like bothered me. I'm like this and like I don't want to make it like, oh, I needed something to make sense, but at some point you don't want to like insult your audience, because like these are basketball fans going to watch this. Not only just like obviously kids, but even they know like, okay, those guys played more 2K than anything. This felt like NBA Street. So you just having random points being scored. You have points being scored without the ball going through the net. So I'm just like, what the hell? Like, it's stuff like that. So I'm just like, that part didn't work. And like you posted like the Goon Squad, cool. They have nothing. I love the people that had. I love the players that had been in as a Goon Squad, but Goon Squad has literally nothing on the Monstars. Like, at some point, I was gonna be like, "Hey, can we sub out the Goon Squad for the Monstars, or vice versa, like something?" You know, it's just a movie. Felt like it tried to do too much, tried to be too cool, and it felt like different. I want to see. They had a couple writers, Jewel Taylor. Well, I don't throw these people under the bus, but they had a couple writers. But it never felt like. It felt like old people wrote this, like really old people. I don't want that to be like. I don't want that to see like, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but like I really feel like they should have went over this script. They should have grabbed like a 8-year-old, a 12-year-old, and probably a 16-year-old, and just went over this script with them, and just like this is crazy. Like get consulting from like a kid, and they would tell like something that's corny. That's like people don't say, people don't talk like this, and that's one of the things. It's like the way people talk, the way people acted. Certain actions. Just like I get it. This is a movie about a basketball player getting put into a computer or a game and playing a basketball game with the Looney Tunes. It's already over the top, right? But there are certain elements of it you could have just like kept normal, and I just feel like you missed. This movie's a miss for me. And man, I wasn't looking for much. That's the only thing. That's what I'm saying. Like my expectations were low because I knew I'm like I'm not looking for much, but it just didn't. I was watching. I'm like, wow, this is not good. This is not going well. But like, it does have those moments that show you like, oh, this could have been something. But yeah, man, Space Jam: A New Legacy. It was a sequel that didn't do anything for the story and didn't give you the fun that I think I was looking for. So I'm going to have to give it. I hate to do this. I'm really trying to think because like on one end there was a couple moments where I'm just like, yeah, this is what I want the movie to be, and then there are a couple moments where I'm just thinking about, well, like not even that, just like the rest of the moments I'm like, the ball has been dropped. So gosh, I'm gonna I'm gonna give it a D plus, man. It is a D or a D plus plus. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just the rewatchability factor for me. It just seemed like something I didn't want to see no more. Space Jam I watch all the time. Every year or every couple of months or something, you throw on Space Jam, and I get that. It's probably a nostalgia factor, but at the same time, I recognize that Space Jam is not a great movie. This it just felt bad and it felt forced. This whole movie just feels forced. So yeah, there's my review for Space Jam: A New Legacy. You guys let me know what y'all thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Yeah, this is the end of this franchise.